Hey, how you doing, everyone? Welcome to Yoga with Dave. It's nice to have you along for the ride. What did I want to say before I started? Well, number one, it's a beautiful day out there, so try and get some Vit D. Get outside, soak up the rays if you haven't already. Remember, just a little bit of movement every day, whether that be yoga, going out for a walk, you might go for a run, you might do a bit of gardening, whatever it is. Just try and energize the body, right? Just kind of wake this up and wake this up. The idea of yoga, and I've spoken about this so many times before, is that we're connecting everything together, right? So we've got mind, body, and spirit. Mind, body, and spirit. It's amazing, right? That's kind of what we're looking to tap into. And spirit's a big part of it. That's kind of like our life force and our energy. We kind of get out of the head, and sometimes the body physically doesn't work very well for us, but you know what, once we get moving and we get kind of energized and we work with the breath and we get all this beautiful oxygen into our body, then things can change, right? They can really change. So that was the first thing. The second thing, next week is Men's Mental Health Week at the Virtual Village Hall, and me and Matt Pritchard, who is does cooking on here, the Dirty Vegan, guy who's done some crazy stuff in his life, like really clean living now, and he's got lots of kind of content on Royal Voluntary Service, Virtual Village Hall. He does cookery here. He's an advocate for men's mental health. He's an ultra runner, right? So he's going to be pretty stiff in his body, but he's taken on the challenge to do some yoga with me. And remember, he probably doesn't know this right now. You guys will know, join me every week. It's not about what it looks like. Remember, it's all about just getting onto your mat and being super, super curious and just being kind to yourself, right? So that's next week, Tuesday, 11 a.m, live on the Royal Voluntary Service Virtual Village Hall. We're going to have a little chat, a little bit about mental health in general, talk about our journeys, how we kind of got to the point in our lives, and then we're going to take Matt through a few yoga poses and a little bit of pranayama, a little bit of breath work, and we'll just see how that goes. Super excited about that. So try and join us. It'll be available on Catch Up. And there's so much stuff for Men's Mental Health Week next week. Check out, there's lots of stuff going out from the Virtual Village Hall. So look at the schedule. There's a lot of stuff going on there. And it'll be really good fun. And you know what? If you're not a man, it doesn't mean you're excluded, because mental health, right? And we're kind of looking at all of these different practices. I don't like to, in a lot of ways, when I'm teaching yoga, I don't like just to teach men. I don't like just to teach women. I like really lovely mixed classes. And here at Space to Breathe, we have about 45% of our members are men and the rest are women. So it's a really nice balance. And that idea that a lot of men have is like, you know what I mean, mate, yoga's not for me. It is. Yoga's for everybody, right? It's just probably what we think it is not what it actually is. Okay. All right. So that's what's going on today. What we're going to do, we're going to do a lovely bit of breath work. That's going to come sort of in the middle and towards the end of the class. We're going to start quite energetically. And then we're going to do some dynamic movements. Now, I will say this to all of you guys. If something doesn't work, please don't do it, all right? You know, if I'm doing a certain breath and you think, do you know what? That's making me feel actually worse, then please don't do that, okay? If it's a particular move, you've got something wrong with your knees or your shoulders, we're going to move into the shoulders quite a lot today. So if there's anything going on there, just sit it out or find a pose that works for you. My kind of instruction is just that. It's just an instruction and a guide. You don't have to do it, so never force it. The idea in yoga is like, it doesn't matter what it looks like. It's like, it doesn't actually matter what it feels like. You're going to feel something different, but don't hurt yourself. In the yoga, there's the yamas and the niyamas of yoga, which is kind of like, you know, the philosophies of yoga and the teachings of yoga and kind of like how we live our lives. Then the first thing is ahimsa. Ahimsa just means non-violence. So non-violence physically to ourselves and to other people, and also non-violence internally as well, right? Okay. Now I just realized I've just talked to you like this. So hopefully you got all of that. I'm just going to turn my email off because it's just binged a couple of times, and I really don't want that disturbing you guys or disturbing myself. And hi to Irene and Jackie. Thank you for joining. If you've got any comments, then please stick it on the chat bar. All right, so we're going to do this breath work at the start. This is called a physiological sigh. a physiological sigh, all right? So if you want to make any movements here, feel free. You might bring the legs out, you might kind of drop the knees side to side, anything that works for you. Just make sure you're comfortable. You can do all this sat up against the wall, or you can sit in a chair. You don't have to be sat on the floor like I am. I'm sat on a block just to bring a nice amount of length into my spine. So this is all about calming the central nervous system. It's all about calming anxiety. We have periods in our life, and probably every single day, where we feel anxious, okay? And anxiety, it's two things, isn't it? It's kind of mental, but it's also physical. We feel it. So the physical side of it is like, it's a big influx of cortisol into the body. You know, it kind of dumps all this cortisol, this stress hormone into the body, and then it can be, you know, you feel it. You feel it as like a manifestation of kind of pain or a tightness, usually around this area, but it can be in the shoulders, it can be anywhere, right? And then you think about stress and anxiety as in your head, then, you know, that's another manifestation. So you have physical stress and mental stress, or physical anxiety and mental anxiety. And the thing is, like, when we're trying to solve a problem, so say I'm getting really stressed and I'm in my head, and then I'm thinking, how do I solve this? Well, another thought is probably not going to help me, is it? It's kind of like, this is already going haywire, and I'm thinking about my brain, and it's just like, it's all over the place. So I'm thinking to myself, well, how do I get out of it? And what we do is we generally go back to the brain to go, okay, well, cognitively, what do I need to do? It doesn't work most of the time. What we need to do is we need to let the body know that everything's okay, and we need to release. We want oxygen in the body. We want to release CO2, and we want to kind of fill the lungs, the alveoli, and kind of like really kind of like let all of that kind of like stress and tension dissipate. So this breath, the physiological sigh, is really simple. So I'm going to show you how to do it, and we're going to do it together. So it's really simple breath. You're going to inhale through the nose, you're going to exhale through your mouth with a sigh. But the difference is you're going to take two inhales. One of the inhale is going to be through the nose, really long, so the lungs are full. And then the next inhale, again, is through the nose, but it's a little sniff. And then we're going to exhale through the mouth. So I'll show you what it looks like. So sitting nice and tall. All right. So this is what we're going to do. You're going to inhale, big, deep inhale through the nose. And then a little quick, rapid sniff. And then and then you just let it go. Okay? So you're up for that. All right? So big inhale, little inhale, big, let it all out. Let it go. Okay? Let's do it 5 times together. You're going to feel a little bit trippy after this, hopefully. All right? So sit nice and tall. Have a little scratch of your nose if you need to. Nice deep inhale. Rapid sniff, little one, and then let it go. Here's the second round. Third round. Two more. Inhaling. Final one, make it a good one. Beautiful. And then just come with the palms so they're face up. Bring them onto your knees or your thighs or whatever feels comfortable. And I like to bring my thumb and the forefinger together. Maybe close your eyes and then just check in with yourself. See how you feel. Let the breath come back to a nice steady rhythm. Don't force the breath. Maybe with the eyes closed or the gaze soft. Breathe in super deep here. And then if your eyes were closed, just gently come with your eyes open. Really beautiful, everyone. That breath you can do whenever you want. Now, I promise you, that is the easiest and quickest way to calm yourself down. Whether you are overloaded here, or if you're overloaded here, you're probably going to be overloaded here as well. You know, to do that big inhale, little, and then and you know what? We do that when we're asleep, and we do that actually when we're awake, but sometimes we're not conscious of it. So we will take a long exhale. Have a look at a dog. You know, a dog, before it lies down, it always takes a really big inhale, then it lies down. They kind of know how to regulate themselves, and that's what we're doing here. And when you're asleep, you'll be doing those, you'll be letting the sigh go. It might not be that pronounced, and you might not be aware of it, but you do it. So we need to keep bringing these little practices in, and they're amazing ways to calm ourselves down. All right, lovely. That's probably enough of that. I need to have a drink. Grab a drink if you need one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back onto our mats, or if you're not there already, I'm going to come onto my mat for the first time. We're going to move all this stuff out of the way, and then come onto all fours. Do that for me. Come onto all fours. How does that look? That's looking all right, isn't it? Plenty of room. Nice long spine as you come down. Nice. And then stack your knees right underneath your hips. So this is going to be quite physical at the start, and then we're going to do some dynamic movement. So we're moving in and out of our postures. So with the knees underneath the hips, inhale, drop the belly down, lift your head and your heart. As you exhale, round your spine. So there's your movement. Cat and cow, and just move at a pace that feels good for you. And you might be a little bit slower than me, you might be a little bit faster than me, it really doesn't matter. And kind of use the breath with a little bit of intention. So you probably can hear my breath. It's a inhale forward, exhale round. And if it feels comfortable, close your eyes, or just make your gaze really soft and kind of, I don't know, feel this breath and kind of get hypnotized by it. And then do 3 more rounds. Nice deep inhale, come back to center, neutral spine. As you exhale, split the knees wide and just push yourself back into a child's pose. Remember, you can always kind of stack the head on the hands like this, or you can bring a block or a book underneath your head. Stretch your arms out in front, and then just breathe here. Maybe rock the hips a little bit side to side. Deep inhales, full exhales, and remember, you can sigh out through the mouth whenever it feels appropriate. You know, I love to do it throughout my class. You know, I'm inhaling, I'm exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling. Beautiful. Feel that nice stretch down your spine. Soften your heart down towards the floor. From the fingertips all the way down to the hips and your lower spine. Feel that intention in the back body. Kind of breathe space into your whole being. Feel that connection of your breath, mind, body, spirit. Yoga just means to yoke, union, bringing everything together, and that's why it's such a magic practice. All right, really nice. Come back to all fours, and then we're going to tuck our toes under. We're going to come straight into downward facing dog. So with this one, big generous bend of the knees, feet about hip width apart. Let the head be nice and loose. And you can see here, look how much my knees are bent. I'm thinking about my spine being nice and long, and that's the most important thing. And then maybe bend one knee, maybe bend the other, kind of get into this. You can kind of swing the hips side to side, whatever feels good for you. Beautiful. Head is really loose, jaw is loose. Maybe shake the head, yes, no, whatever feels good. Really nice. Really, really nice. From here, bend the knees into the hips, up between the hands, and then gently bring yourself to the top of your mat. Bring one foot up, then the other. Go really wide and lazy with the knees. So the knees are bent, and then bring the hands down, and just sway from side to side. Big generous bend of the knees. We don't care about straight legs in my classes. It's not what it's about. We're just folding down in the hips. I'm going to check my book. Nice, beautiful. And then from here, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to roll all the way up through your spine. Come all the way up, and then you find yourself standing at the top of your mat. Don't actually need this book. I'll put it off to the side. All right, bring your feet underneath your hips, underneath your knees, and then come to stand. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to do a high lunge, okay? Now, if a high lunge isn't for you today, I'd like you to do a low lunge. So a high lunge is like this, right foot back, and we're here. So this is a high lunge, or this is a low lunge, and your hands are down. So you can be here. So your choice, okay? So from standing position, Take an inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, bring the hands all the way down. And then I'd like you just to lengthen your spine, come up halfway. As you exhale, step your right foot back, either drop the right knee down or stay on the back toes. Take an inhale, sweeping the arms up. So left knee's forward, right above the left ankle, and you're in this high lunge position. Beautiful, nice. So we're going to fold forward. So you can do this if the right knee's dropped, or you can do it from my position. So inhale, find length, and then exhale, sweep the arms down, and then just fold over that left knee. Inhale up. Find your focus in your gaze. As you exhale, fold in deep. What? 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, fold in. 1 more. Inhale up. And then this time, as you exhale, frame the left foot. You do that with the knee down, or you can stay lifted like I am. And then you're going to step back into downward facing dog. So get back into your down dog any way that feels good for you. Find length in your spine. Nice, generous bend in your knees. Take 3 nourishing breaths. So we're going to inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. So nice deep inhale. Full exhale. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Final time, your deepest inhale. And then your fullest exhale. Have a look between your hands, and that's where your feet are going to go. So bring them up any way that feels reasonable. So I just step first my right, and then my left up, go nice and wide. So inhale to come up halfway. As you exhale, fold in deep. Press into your feet. Inhale, come all the way up. And then as you exhale, frame your beautiful hands at heart center. Nice, everyone. Line your feet on the long edges of your mat. We're going to the other side. Inhaling up. Exhale, fold. Invite you to come back to that flat back. So inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands down. This time, left leg back. I would drop the left knee, or be nice and high like I am. Inhale, come all the way up. Remember, one version's not better than the other. It's just different versions. Nice. So here's your inhale, lengthen. Here's your exhale, fold in. Inhaling up. Exhale, fold. Nice. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Use the breath. Inhale, expand, bring the arms up. Exhale, fold in. Final one. Inhale up. And then this time, exhale, frame the hands over the right foot, and then step back into your downward facing dog. Either with the knee down or the way I did it. Breathe gently here. Nice deep inhales. Full exhales. 1 more like that. Your deepest inhale. And your fullest exhale. Bend your knees really deep. Look how much line of bend. Get nice and springy. Look between your hands. Gently step to the top of your mat. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Press into your feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Root to rise. Exhale. Hands to heart center. And then just soften your left hand on your heart, your right hand on your left hand. Beautiful, everyone. Just breathe, breathe, breathe. Maybe close the eyes. Notice the effects of your practice. Really nice work. All right, we're going to do 1 more little standing sequence, and then everything else will be dynamic, which means there'll be postures where we move in and out of, no flow like this. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to step our left foot back, and then turn your left toes out. We're going to come into warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Bend into the right knee, take an inhale, press into the outer edge of the back foot, and then bend into this front knee. Nice, beautiful. Take another inhale, and then as you exhale, bring the hands down, nice and slowly, make a fist, and then your next inhale, press the fist down, and then raise up through your heart center. As you exhale, fold in somewhat inside that right knee, so you just come down and lift the arms away from the back. Now you can be quite high like I stay. Some people will be much lower, you kind of get right inside the knee, but it's not important. All right, take a nice deep inhale. And then full exhale. Bring your hands down, nice and gently, and then see if you can just step that left foot up to meet the right. So turn the left toes in, Have a look where the foot's going to go. Have a look at your toes. Step it forward. Nice. Spread the feet wide. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale to fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice. Other side. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Just do this little flow before we get there. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale to fold. Press into your feet. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Stay with your breath. Step the left foot back. Nice giant step. Sorry, step the right foot back. Nice giant step. Step the right foot back. And then bend into that left knee. Sweep the arms up. Nice. Beautiful. Clasp the hands behind the back. Push the fist down. Take an inhale to lengthen. And then exhale to fold in. Humble warrior, this is called. Couple of breaths here. Deep inhales. And full exhales. Nice. One more like that. Your deepest inhale. Your fullest exhale. Bring your hands down. And then same thing. Turn the toes on the back foot. Right foot. Step it forward. Beautiful. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale to fold. Press into your feet. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Nice. And then just pause in here. Hands at heart center. Let the body settle. And then you'll be happy to know we're going to come down onto our mats into a seated position. Really lovely work, everyone. I'm going to move my mat forward a little bit because we can do a lot of this work with me a little bit further forward. So make any adjustments that feel good. And grab a little drink if you want to have a drink. Come to sit. Remember, you can always prop yourself up if you want. Beautiful. All right. So we're going to twist the body. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to bring the hands onto the shoulders. Remember, if this doesn't feel great, do it this way. So you can twist like this, or you can twist like this. It's up to you. It's your choice. Okay. So we're going to twist the body side to side, just to kind of bring that movement into the spine. Inhale left, exhale right. And maybe close your eyes. And move at a pace that feels good for you. You might be a little bit faster, you might be a little bit slower, but you're just twisting the spine open at every level. It's so good for us. And then when you're ready, inhale, come back to center. Pause your breath, hold it. Squeeze your belly up and in. And when you're ready, exhale, bring your hands down. Beautiful. And then do this again. Bring your hands forward. Bring your palms up. Bring your thumb and your forefinger together and then just breathe here. Think about lengthening your spine. Breathe in here. Letting all of the energy settle. And see if you can feel that energy in the body. And see if you can feel that kind of union of those things that I was talking about, the mind, the body, the spirit, hopefully feeling alive and knowing that it's all about kind of awareness and compassion and just noticing where you are from moment to moment. Beautiful. Nice. Stay seated. If you want to move around a little bit, feel free. I'm going to come a little bit closer to the camera, just so I'm closer to you guys. And then we're going to do a little bit of breath work, a little bit of movement here. Let me just do this. Just clean the camera. All right, great. All right, let me just turn this light off, actually. So I'm going to do some alternate nostril breathing. So we did this last week. We looked at a lot of pranayama. It's a really important part of our yoga practice. Beautiful. Sitting up nice and tall. Remember, you can do this in a chair or on your settee, whatever feels good. Bring the right hand up, block off your right nostril. Take a nice deep inhale through your left. And close off your left with your ring finger or little finger, full exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Close it off and switch, full exhale through your left. Inhaling through your left. Close it off, switch, exhale through your right. Inhaling through your right. Switch, exhale through your left. Nice, everyone. Inhale through your left. Close it off, switch, exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Switch, exhale through your left. Inhaling through your left. Close it off, exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Close off the right, final time, exhale through your left. Beautiful. And then bring your right hand down. And then just a few nourishing breaths. Feel free, if you want to exhale through your mouth, then you can do that. You can just kind of let the breath go. And again, just check in with yourself. Notice what you're noticing. Just that simple awareness. Beautiful. And then if your eyes are closed, just gently come with your eyes open. Feel free to kind of move any way that feels good. Again, I'm just going to move a little bit here. And then some nice simple movements through the neck. Have a look, think about how your shoulders feel. In fact, let's kind of move the shoulders a little bit. Just kind of rock them around. Maybe bring them up, bring them down, whatever feels good. Doesn't have to be anything formal. Kind of bring that movement in. And then just inhale your head over to the left. And then as you exhale, bring your head all the way over to the right. That's your movement. Inhale left. And exhale right. Nice and relaxed through the jaw. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhaling left. And exhale right. 2 more times either side. Inhale left. And exhale right. Inhale left. And exhale right. And then bring your head all the way back to center. If your eyes are closed, gently come with your eyes open. Really beautiful work. All right, so we're going to stand again now. So we're going to do some movements, which is going to require us to forward fold. And they're quite expansive movements. So I'd like you to adapt these if you need to. No strain, okay? We'll do them pretty slowly today, actually. I sometimes do them quite quickly, but we'll do them quite slowly. This is a fantastic just for digestion and also good for detoxifying as well. So these are really lovely forward bends. So come to stand, find yourself in a comfortable position. Again, I'm going to just move some of this stuff out of the way. Hopefully you'll be able to see me from where I've moved my mat. Yes, perfect. And have your feet about hip width apart. Maybe a little bit wider. I always go a little bit wider, actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to always start in this shape. This is called star, okay? This is where our inhale is going to be. And then what we're going to do, we're going to exhale. So the right fingertips are going to go down, all the way down here, maybe on the foot, the left foot, maybe on the left ankle, maybe on the left calf, maybe on the left knee. And then you'll see that this left arm is up in the air. So the right arm's down, the left arm is up, and then we inhale back up. Just like that. And then we exhale down. And we inhale up, and we exhale down. So that's going to be the movement. So we'll go right to left, then we go left to right, then we're going to go alternate, and then we're going to hold on one leg. It doesn't matter which side you go down. We're just going to stay in that position in the forward fold for about 30 seconds, okay? So let's do, how many should we do? I usually time this, but I'm not timing it today. Let's go 15 on either side, then we'll do 15 alternate, and I mean not as in 15 on either side, and then we'll hold for about 30 seconds anyway, all right? So you can follow my cue, don't worry about any of this. You're all going to be good. Bring the arms out, so this is star shape. Take a deep inhale here. And then exhale, fold down towards the left foot. Left arm's lifted. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The gaze, if it's okay, just goes up towards the left fingertips. Inhale up. Exhale down. Five more. Inhale up, and then exhale to the other side. Two more. I think that's only 12, but let's go for 12. Inhale up. Now we alternate. Inhale up to the other side. Inhale up to the other side. One more either side. And then come down onto one of the legs. It doesn't matter which side you fold. Keep the arm lifted, just gaze down towards the feet. Maybe put a nice generous bend in the knees. Nice, everyone. Rock the weight into your toes and breathe, breathe, breathe here. Keep the breath flowing in the body. And then when you're ready, really slowly, sweep the hands back to center, bend into the knees deeper, just roll all the way up, come to stand. Woo! Bring the feet right underneath the hips, bring the palms so they face forward, and then just breathe here. Notice what this feels like within the body. See if you can feel that energy. It's kind of like a light bulb here, and bang, it just gets turned on, and you just feel alive, you know. You might feel a little bit tired, but that's all good. Not a problem at all. Beautiful. Really, really beautiful. We're going to come and sit down again. So with these last ones, this is all going to be breath work. And you are more than welcome, again, to find something very, very comfortable. In fact, I'm going to sit on a bolster just because it's comfortable and it's a nice passive stretch. So if you're lucky enough to have a bolster at home, feel free to bring one into your practice. I'm going to sit over it and I'm going to sit on my heels. But for you guys, you might want to go cross-legged, whatever feels good. And then maybe you want to grab a little drink. So we're going to do a couple of rounds of, or a couple of versions of pranayama, so a little bit of breath exercise for us. So both of these practices are about accessing the breath, obviously. But it's about thinking about drawing a line from your heart center down to kind of like your navel, and then thinking about that line of energy. It can feel a little bit esoteric, kind of sometimes. I'm like, what is all this? But it's all about kind of like finding length, kind of finding that connection, that heartfelt, compassionate practice that yoga is, and getting back into your breath and kind of calming the central nervous system. Remember, in yoga, the second yoga sutra is yogas chitta vritti nirodha, which just means yoga is the calming of the fluctuations of the mind. And you hear a lot of people say, oh, you know, I can't do meditation, I can't do yoga, you know, my mind's too busy. And it's not supposed to be easy. This is a practice, right? So when we ask people to come and sit and breathe, sometimes that can be really stressful for people, but over time, hopefully they'll find a breath practice or a pranayama practice that's going to work for them. This is where the magic is, right? We move the body in this way so then we can find a comfortable seat. So it's a little bit odd with the mudras we're going to use, the hand positions. So usually you would place your hand on your navel and you'd place it kind of on top of your clothing. Now you can do that if you want, but this one calls for it to go underneath. So whatever you're on, and then you just place your hand on your navel center, right, have a warm belly like I've got here. So left hand will be on the belly, but feel free to place it above your clothes, it's up to you. I really like that connection. It's the first time I've done it this week in these classes, and I was taught it a couple of weeks ago, and I really like it. The next hand is going to come, so your fingertips, the palm's going to face you, and your fingertips are going to come on the third eye, all right? So this is at the point, if anyone walks into the room and you're practicing, they'll be like, what are they doing? Have the thumb just sticking up. So the fingertips on the third eye, and then your left palm is on your belly. And then maybe close your eyes if it feels safe. And then just breathe here. So you're inhaling through the nose, and you're exhaling through the nose. You don't have to kind of manipulate the breath or make it super deep. Just let the breath be really natural. Be aware of the breath. And as you become aware of the breath hopefully will just get into this nice calming rhythm. And then kind of like tap into your kind of creativity, your fluidity, your kind of connection to the earth, kind of draw that line from your heart all the way down to your navel. Maybe draw the line from the heart right up to the third eye, so right between the eyes. And see how rooted and grounded you are, your stability, your room to breathe into anything that comes your way. Knowing that when you feel anxious and stressed and overwhelmed, you can get onto your mat, you can breathe, you can release. And after a tiny little bit of time, you will feel better. I'm not saying that it cures all of your problems, but it just kind of brings that awareness in and allows us to take the next step forward in that kind of courageous way. And then just take 3 more rounds of breath here. Nice and gentle, no rush. And then when you're ready, just release the hands and then bring the palms so they face up. Nice. And then just come back to your breath. Maybe you bring the gaze up, you kind of open the eyes if they were closed. And just do a few complete net circles here. So draw circles with your nose, think about your nose, and then just draw some nice big circles. Make them really small and then really slow. And then if everything's feeling okay, then feel free to kind of make them a little bit bigger if it feels appropriate. You don't have to. It's not where we're really going. And then come back the other way. New movements will be nice and gentle. Stay really relaxed through your jaw. Stay nice and long through your spine. And think about your posture. It doesn't have to be perfect, but give yourself loads of room to breathe into. Beautiful. And then bring your head all the way back to center. Nice. If you want to have a little move around, feel free. If you want to bring your legs out and give them a little shake, feel free to do that. We're going to come back to a seat position. You might want to change the position of your legs, whatever feels good. Grab a drink again if you want. And we're going to do this final pranayama before we come into a really dreamy shavasana. After these 2 breath exercises, I always find my shavasana has been really deep, really deep. It's been really joyous to kind of come into it. So this one, you're going to sit tall. You're going to breathe through the nose and out through the mouth. That's the only difference in terms of the breath. So you're in through the nose, out through the mouth, but it's kind of through an O mouth, and it's nice and gentle. It's not like at the start when we sign it out. It's more of a, and we just let the breath go. Okay? So bring your left hand behind your neck. We're only going to do this one for a minute. And you kind of hold on to the neck. You really open out through the left shoulder. Bring your right hand onto your heart. Maybe close your eyes and soften your gaze and take a deep inhale through the nose. Full exhale through your mouth. Inhaling through your nose. And a really nice gentle exhale through your mouth. Inhaling. Exhaling. And just 2 more complete rounds. And then when you're ready, really slowly release the left hand down, release the right hand down, and then come into lie down on your backs. If you've got a bolster, maybe you want to place your bolster underneath your knees, feel free to do that. That can feel quite nice. If you've got a blanket, you might kind of want to place a blanket over you or under you, whatever works. And let's just spend a couple of minutes in total stillness and just letting all the amazing work you've done integrate. It's been quite energetic, but towards the end, it's been nice and calming. So see if you can kind of drop into that deep Shavasana. Let it all go. Kind of commit to the stillness and the shape. And then when you're ready, really slowly and gently, you're going to come back to seated. So bring some movements into the body. Maybe you want to bend your knees in towards your belly. You're using a bolster, then maybe bring the soles of the feet on a bolster or a pillow, whatever feels good for you. And then your choice how you come back to a seated position. I'm just going to roll over to one side, push yourself up, and then let's all kind of finish off together. Take your time getting there. Really beautiful. Nice. Beautiful. Bring your hands to heart center. Press your thumbs into your sternum. Maybe close your eyes or soften your gaze one final time. Notice the effects of your practice. Thank yourself for turning up, ultimately. Inviting that kind of connection and compassion and that love for yourself, and then spreading that out to the wider world. And then with a beautiful, wholehearted bow, wish yourself well, wish everybody else well. Namaste. Thanks, everyone. It's really good to see you. Thank you for joining today. I hope it works for you. We will be back, as I say, Tuesday at 11 a.m. No, Wednesday at 11 a.m. Next Wednesday at 11 a.m. Check all the schedule out. I will also be back here next Thursday at 2:30. So you get a double dose of me next week. And I hope you have a really lovely weekend. I think the weather is going to be pleasant. So look after yourselves in the sun, but get some exercise, get out into nature, fill up your cup, people, and we'll see you all back here next week. Take care, everyone. Love you all. Namaste. Sat Nam.